What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, yeah, it's been a busy month, so I haven't been posting on this channel quite regularly, but now I have some time to kill, I guess. So, anyways, let's talk about more details about the upcoming movie exclusive forms for Kamen Rider Zeztz and Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. So, anyways, let's talk about Kamen Rider Zeztz first. So, in the trailer or more recent trailers for the Zeztz summer movie, so we see that Kamen Rider Zeztz is going to have his movie exclusive form called the Agent Dream form. So, as the name suggests, you might also see in the trailer that all the Z or the code agents rather, all the code agents that we know of from Zero to Z have actually decided to band together, and probably because of that, so they would be able to create this new capsule called the X Dream capsule. So, like it has like numbers from 0 to 7. Again, denoting all those agents from Agent Zero to Zets, as I have mentioned. And like the driver, so the Zets driver seems to be like a repainted version of the X Dream as well. And as far as the suit is concerned, so I understand, like, again, because it is like an amalgamation of all of the agent suits that we have seen thus far. So of course we have like the base suit, being Zed's, of course. So uh you would see like elements, especially with the eyes, that kind of resemble that of like the lords or the knights. But overall, looking at the X Dream, or rather Agent Dream suit, like the color scheme at least, interestingly, like it's reminiscent of Kamen Rider Gotchard's Platina Gotchard form. So like a white based suit with some gold trims. Maybe like Zets has some sort of like a cape or coat, like type of situation on lower body. So of course, like the eyes kind of resemble that of like the X Dreams, gradiated like red, gold, green, uh, type of situation as well. But yeah, I'm actually excited to see what it can do. But like presumably, so this is again based on what I can infer from the or information rather that we have as of the moment. So again, given that the Agent Dream capsule most likely contains the powers, of like the agent's signature capsims. I'm not sure, however, like what capsim Zero and the lady, aka Agent 2, might use, considering they aren't really, riders or lords or knights. Although in the trailer you might notice like Agent Zero also like wearing one of the Lord Invokers. So is he going to transform into one of the lords? We cannot say for certain, but again, personally, I think like it would have made more sense, if Zero just made another Zets driver and he just transformed into that dark Zets, similar to his own nightmare. So that would have made more sense for me. But you know, maybe Zero is going to have this brand new, um, you know, Lord based form. So I'm actually interested in seeing that as well. And as for the enemy of or like the main villain of this movie, again we have Kamen Rider Mugen. So he uses like the Daydream capsule, and he is kind of like partnered with the Daydream Gore Nightmare. So like Zets, he has of course like the ability to control, not really control dreams, but like lucid dreaming. But given the powers of the daydream, so he's also able to, you know, affect like the waking reality as well. Like, you don't need to be asleep to be in control of powers. So again, uh like Mugen's form, again, like asleep on one side, awake on the other. It's an interesting design. I think I've mentioned it in the previous video. So yeah, obviously he's going to fight Zeztz, and he seems to be some kind of a bigger threat that Code had to actually come together and you know save the day from this new threat. But given that he's also related to Kensei, as early info already reveals, so they're apparently cousins. So yeah, so how is Kensei going to be able to act with his cousin around? Like, I do understand, like Kumon, uh Shuma, so Shuma is basically trying to convince his cousin to join him in his ambition to basically control Japan, I guess. But definitely he's going to be against his cousin, I would say. So again, that is basically all that we have so far regarding information about the Sayonara no Mission. So that is like the other title of Kamen Rider Zets the movie. And now, let's talk about Gavan Infinity. So Gavan Infinity's The Day the Sun Cried. Tayo ga Naitahi, if I remember correctly, is the subtitle of Gavan's summer movie. So basically what's gonna happen is Reiji is going to have to face against this new villain called the Gavan Killer. So if I remember correctly, so Gavan Killer is also, or he was, space sheriff, or he was part of like the intergalactic police. Not sure if he used to be a Gavan, but for some reason he like left the force and actually turned against the force, and now he uses his own transformation probably, and he has this new suit called the Gavan Killer, which um as far as I'm concerned, it could mean that it's designed to fight against Gavins. So, and not necessarily, just a single Gavin, but it should uh, theoretically be able to, defeat any Gavin. And we would see in a trailer that at least, Luminous, Bushido, and Raya are also now fighting together. Like, we probably would see in this movie, again, at least the four main Gavins fighting along each, fighting side by side within a single universe. As at least the trailer would show us. So I am excited for that. Now, for Gavin Infinity's actual power up form. So in the show, like, he does receive some power up items, but they're more like weapons, like the the like the Tornado and like Gavarian Express. But he doesn't really transform into like, he doesn't change armors, he doesn't change colors or whatever. But within the movie trailer, so we see, so he has this new form. I mean, using air quotes loosely. So he's using the Apollon form. So as Reiji would often quote, about being like the sun god and whatever. So yeah, it's a thing. So Reiji's armor doesn't really change, but rather like the circuit lines, I would call. So the circuit lines along his body would just change into like a fire print version. And like on the back, he also has this like halo that's also made out of those like fire prints. And that's it. I mean, I understand like Toei doesn't have a lot of budget to make other suits for Gavan, and now that they are actually Toei is now actually pushing into like the next entry for the Project Red franchise, which I'm planning to talk about in another video soon. So yeah, like they're saving budget for that. So I guess I really couldn't blame Toei for maybe not spending as much money to create like a brand new suit for Gavan Infinity, or make an upgrade armor for Reiji or stuff like that. Again, because they need to make sure that they have money for funding the next project, which is Kapsei Hunter Omega Horn. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to talk about in this video, really. But what do you guys think about these movie exclusive forms? Let me know down in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time. Bye.